Hey everyone, and welcome. It's kind of funny. Sometimes the biggest, most powerful ideas are hiding in the smallest of details. And today, we're doing just that. We're going to zoom way in on just one sentence from the book of Revelation. We're going to pull apart a single, powerful verse to see all the drama, authority, and meaning that's packed inside. So here it is. And the 24 elders which sat before God on their seats fell upon their faces and worshipped God. Wow, it's such a vivid, dramatic picture, isn't it? And it's all painted in just 22 words. You can almost feel the weight of this moment just hearing it. But to really get what's happening here, we've got to dig a little deeper. So what is this scene actually telling us about power, about authority, and about worship itself? Okay, before we get all nerdy with the original Greek words, and trust me, we will, let's start with the big picture. From a 30,000-foot view, what's the grand message this incredible scene is trying to get across? Well, from a theological perspective, this is way more than just a simple act of worship. It's seen as a picture of what's called the church triumphant. So those 24 elders, they're basically representatives for all of redeemed humanity. And their action here, it signifies this monumental event, the final, complete union between God and his people. All that old separation is gone. The old is fulfilled, the new has come. What we're seeing is a massive celebration of Jesus' ultimate victory and reign. It's just a moment of pure, overwhelming thanksgiving. All right, now for the fun part. Let's get into the language, because that big picture meaning is absolutely powerful, for sure. But the real drama, the movement and the emotion of the scene, it's all locked up inside the specific words chosen in the original Greek. And this is where it gets really, really cool. Okay, now don't worry, you don't have to be a Greek scholar to follow along here. We're just going to laser focus on a few key words that really unlock the entire verse and show us exactly how the action unfolds step by step. So first up, who are these guys? The Greek word is presbyteroi, which we translate as elders. But in a text like Revelation, it means a whole lot more than just, old men. Like we just talked about, they're these important symbolic figures who represent all of God's redeemed people. So what are they doing when the verse starts? They sat, or kathemenoi. Now the key here is the verb tense. In Greek, this form of the word suggests a continuous, ongoing action. Think of it like they are in a state of sitting, right? They're not just taking a quick break. They are established on their thrones, which implies this position of rest and honor and authority. And here is where the drama just explodes. The very next word is episan, meaning they fell. This verb is in a tense that describes a sudden, complete, definitive action. So this isn't a slow, respectful bow. It's an instantaneous, dramatic shift. One moment they were sitting, and then, bam, they fell, just like that. And why did they fall so suddenly? To do this, proskuneson. They worshipped. Now this word, it means so much more than just singing a song or saying a prayer. It carries the very physical meaning of prostrating yourself, of bowing down completely in an act of total reverence and submission. It is the ultimate physical act of showing homage. So let's just put this all together. You can see the whole narrative flow right here. The elders start in this state of authority, kathemenoi, sitting on their thrones. Then that's followed by a sudden, decisive action, epesan. They fall on their faces. And it all culminates in the ultimate purpose, prosekineson, an act of total reverent worship. It's a whole story told in just 3 key phrases. It's incredible. So, let's bring it all home. After this whole linguistic journey, what does this movement, from a position of authority to an act of complete adoration, what does it really tell us? What's the point? The entire power of this verse, all of it, is captured in this one single movement. First, they're established in this position of incredible honor, kathemenoi, sitting on thrones, sharing in this reign. But in the presence of God's ultimate power, they instantly, in a split second, abandon that honor. Episan, they fall down in submission. It shows us that the highest position they could ever possibly hold is absolutely nothing compared to the one they worship. There's a line that sums us up just perfectly. Though we sit with him, we worship him as Lord of Lords. And that just beautifully captures this paradox, doesn't it? This idea of sharing in a position of great honor, while at the same time always recognizing the ultimate source of that honor. So the crucial point, the real heart of it all, is this. The verse isn't just describing some future scene in heaven. It's illustrating a profound truth for right now. It suggests that the highest, truest expression of any authority we're given isn't to rule over others, but to willingly and instantly submit ourselves in worship to the ultimate authority, to God Himself. It really makes you think, doesn't it? A simple translation tells us what happened. But digging into the original Greek, that tells us how it happened. The incredible speed, the finality, the physical posture of it all. It just brings the text to life in a whole new way. And it leaves us with this fascinating question. How much more meaning is just waiting there to be unlocked in the words we think we already know? Thanks so much for joining me.